Hi everyone, I'm Laura Kristoff, Professor of Nutrition at Holyoke Community College, and I'm going to walk you through how to conduct a 3-day diet analysis of your own food intake using iprofile. So you should all be on the home screen right now, and the first step is going to be to click on the profile. So once you click on the profile, you can enter your name, your birthday, your sex. If you're female, you can enter if you're pregnant or lactating, height and weight, which will give you your BMI, and your activity level, and if you're a smoker or a vegetarian. All of these are really important for a number of reasons. So birthday, as we age, our metabolisms change a little bit. So when I first started teaching 11 years ago, I got to eat about 200 extra calories a day, and now that I'm in my mid-30s, I don't get to eat those 200 extra calories anymore. Pregnancy and lactation are really important because your needs for a variety of micronutrients, which are the vitamins and minerals, and macronutrients, which are your carbs and protein and fat, shift as you're either growing a baby or you're feeding a baby through breastfeeding. Height and weight are important as well because the more surface area you take up and the more you weigh, the more energy it takes just to be standing around. So if I were to gain 10 or 20 pounds at my same activity level, I would need a little bit more calories each day. And then your height and your weight will determine your BMI. And as you can see here, BMI is one of many indicators of health. And if you click here, you can see how you're doing with your personal BMI. If it's under 18.5, you're underweight, 18.5 to 24.9, you're considered normal, and then it goes up from there. So as we look at BMI, as I said, it's only one indicator of overall health, but if you go to the doctor and they classify you in a certain category like underweight or overweight or obese, that's the measurement that they're using, a comparison of your weight in kilograms divided by your height in meters squared. And then your activity level. If you're unsure of your activity level, you can click on this link right here, what is my activity level? And it will give you a good indication of what the different types of activity in terms of category mean. So and then you can also click on whether you're a smoker or a vegetarian. So smokers actually need a little bit more vitamin C because they're putting a lot of oxidative stress on their body through smoking. And vegetarians need a lot more of certain vitamins and minerals just because they're not absorbed quite as well from vegetarian sources versus from animal sources. And so the next step is going to be logging in your food journal. So I've done a little sample just that I did this morning. And so it looks like I ate a million things, but this is because the most accurate way to log is to make sure that you're logging each individual item. So even though this looks like a million individual items that I consumed this morning, I really just had an egg white omelet with a side of some strawberries and a slice of toast with peanut butter and, a couple things to drink. And so when you look at this, it takes a little bit of time if you're food prepping at home. But when you search for foods or recipes, if I were to type in omelet, right, there's plenty of things that I could choose for omelets here. However, the most accurate way to choose what I actually ate this morning is to put in each ingredient of my omelet and log that way. You can also create some food items and create recipes if there are things that you eat frequently. So you can use the create recipe function or create new food item function if there are things that you can't find in the database that you eat pretty frequently that you want to, just have on tap to put in there in the future. And so lastly, what we're going to do is after you pick 3 different days to assess your food intake, you're going to click on reports. And the reports that we're going to focus on here are the intake compared to DRI reports. As you can see here, the DRI is the recommended intake for me. So it's recommended, given my height, my weight, my age, and my physical activity level, that I have 2,362 calories per day. And since I've only logged my breakfast so far, all I've eaten is 670 calories. So, I have about 1,600 calories or so to consume at my lunch and my snack and my dinner to make sure that I meet my calorie needs for the day. And as you can see here, there are a lot of different nutrients down here, macronutrients and micronutrients. And the three different columns. The my DRI, remember, is your recommendation. My intakes is what you consume, and then the percent of my DRI is what percentage of your intake meets the recommended amount. So that's a really important piece of data, so then you can give yourself some recommendations for improvement in the future. And then lastly, we're going to be looking at the My Plate report. So the My Plate report is showing how well you do related to the different food groups. So my breakfast had a lot of variety in it. You know, my omelet had some veggies and some cheese, and I had some fruit and some grains and some peanut butter on the side, so I ended up getting something from every single food group here. However, since I had some cream in my coffee and there was some saturated fat in my cheese, I've already eaten almost half of my empty calories for the day. So the My Plate really gives you a good sense of where are your empty calorie allotment for the day coming from. And remember, you need to make sure that you log everything that you consume. So that's any extra piece of chewing gum or a piece of candy that you take in or the beer that you drink in the evening. So you need to make sure to log every single thing over those 3 days. And in order to make sure you capture day 1 through 3, you're going to select the first date on this calendar that you logged, and then the last date on this calendar on the right that you logged. So first date on the left, last date on the right, and that will capture everything in between. So I wish you the best of luck over the next 3 days. Make sure you're honest, logging all of your food intake, and I look forward to seeing how well you're meeting the Choose My Plate guidelines, as well as meeting your intake compared to DRI guidelines. Good luck, everyone, and I look forward to seeing all of your final results. Take care.